Alright, ladies and gents, let's actually cover something that you have seen in a thumbnail, okay? Because I believe that this is quite big. So let me actually zoom it in. It's okx.com and this is their learn section, whatever. How to buy, trade or sell Kaspa. Obviously instructions for normies. And why would they put these type of instructions? Well, I believe that they are kind of gearing up for Kaspa listing. The question is that going to be spot listing or is it going to be futures, right? If it's going to be futures, well, we are going to get again temporarily disappointed due to the fact of pretty much similar situation with Coinbase and Binance. And I know that you guys are frustrated. I am frustrated as well regarding that, because you know they are listing some random Doge coins and dog coins and cat coins, and they are not going to list something that has actual utility, but we all know for what reasons, right? The reason being, of course, in my opinion, is that Kaspa is fair launched project. Shy doesn't make any cash, same as the founder himself, and nobody really makes cash over there, so they are not going to pay the money to Binance and Coinbase for that listing. In that particular scenario, these two exchanges will have to accumulate their own Kaspa because they are not going to get paid to list it, right? So they will have to fill up their own bags before they are going to let a bunch of normies to do that, right? And if you feel like you're a normie, I'm sorry, this is just a saying in crypto. Guys, at the end of the day, remember that you can use VPN and you can use different exchanges to actually accumulate Kaspa if you still believe in it, right? Before these exchanges are actually going to make it available for you, right? Because it's not necessarily said that you have to buy on Coinbase and Binance, right? You don't have to wait for these listings because it is very likely that your multiples could be a bit lower, right? Nonetheless, guys, I believe that Kaspa is a great buying opportunity at the moment. Of course, I know how it sounds. It all depends from the perspective and expectations in this cycle, and of course expectations from for your investments, right? Of how much you would like to get out of it. But all right, I don't want to digress too much in this video. I want to make this update as quick as possible, and let's actually go into some macro chart hopium, so-called hopium, right? Big shout out to Mr. Prof. And this is weekly chart. This is total crypto market cap, guys. I couldn't stress this enough. This chart looks very, very healthy. I know how you feel. I know how I feel, but we have to look at the technicals. We had this overall exit in here, right? This is when many people were jumping and degening and aping into crypto like crazy, right? However, we saw the typical pullback, right? It's always pretty much a pullback. So now we are basically retesting these levels of these previous highs in here, and basically these big levels where overall crypto was traded, right? I would like to remind that this is a big chart. So the trend line, the blue line, is still intact. We are still keeping up with the trend line, and as you can see, that weekly candle at the moment is green, right? So that, in my opinion, is bullish. Of course, we can trade sideways for a while, but based on these technicals, guys, things are looking good, in my opinion, right? Every single time also we went on RSI towards these levels in here around 40 area, we have bounced towards the upside, and we have basically did the same thing, right? So now we are expecting that Bitcoin is going to do the last leg. That's going to be the biggest leg of this cycle, and after that we are going to see that rotation into altcoins, right? That's what everybody is hoping. That's what everybody is waiting for, right? And I'm not talking about only about Kaspa holders. I'm talking about general market. This is for hourly, for Bitcoin's dominance, and we can see what's going on, right? In my personal humble opinion, at least, this is a bear flag. Let me actually draw this pattern in here. I hope that you guys can clearly see it. I know that many of you are actually watching these updates on the phone. Nonetheless, you see what's going on, right? So let's hope that this basket is actually going to dip, right? Because if it comes to daily scenario on stochastic RSI, we are basically going towards the downside, right? So let's hope that this candle actually is going to be pushed towards the downside. We still have 14 hours for this candle to close, and let's see, right? Hopefully that is going to result in proper rejection for Bitcoin's dominance, especially considering the fact that RSI is already in overheated levels, right? So let's see how things will go. But now, guys, I don't want to digress too much. I want to actually go into Kaspa short time frame analysis, right? So let's actually switch it to the 4 hourly, and what we can observe here on 4 hourly, and we can observe that this 4-hourly candle obviously is being perfectly pushed down from 0.077 level, and now I believe that it's much more likely that Kaspa is going to retest this level as a support, right? And why do I think so? Well, because liquidity is basically in here, right? Let's actually cover liquidity for Kaspa. We can see that on daily time frame, everybody is basically longing Kaspa. This is the problem, right? People are going to get smashed again, and we've got 7 daily outlook for Binance and Bybit, and we see that everybody is longing Kaspa, right? So let's have a look where they put their stop losses, right? We can see that they put their stop losses basically in these levels, right? And I do believe that this liquidity is about to get flushed, right? So I have drawn this horizontal line at 0.065 level, and we can clearly see that this is one of the major levels or last levels on the way towards the downside. So I believe that now Kaspa is going to retest this level as a support, because we have already smashed through these levels of liquidity, right? Kaspa perfectly collected this level, and now we are going to go towards the downside. Of course, guys, I'm not 100% right. Nobody never is, and if somebody is, they are probably lying, okay? But I believe that looking at liquidity levels is one of the most important thing. My price predictions are driven by simple support and resistance, some trend lines, and obviously liquidity levels, right? Of course, we have to connect it with different data. That's why let's actually have a look at ETFs, right? If it comes to ETFs, guys, for BTC, we are sitting at 135.2 million of outflows. However, people were purchasing through BlackRock. That's obviously good. And for Ethereum, unfortunately, we do have such situation, right? But we have to remember that these are also retail traders, not Larry Fink and institutions themselves. Retail investors are only picking, these ETF issuers to actually purchase through, right? Now, looking at Kaspa dashboard, we are sitting at 1.9 billion. If it comes to market cap, volume is sitting at 57, and if it comes to Kaspa being mined, well, almost 91%. So that's hell of a good thing. And by the way, guys, if you want to keep your Kaspa safe outside of exchanges, make sure that you check out Tangent Wallet, and of course not only Kaspa, because it supports obviously many different coins. Make sure that you check it out. It's definitely better way to support your crypto and store your crypto much safer outside of exchanges on which anything might happen. So you can get minus 10% off with my discount code CryptoSpace, and you can find the link below this video. And now, guys, let's have a look at Bitcoin's liquidity, because that's obviously very important as well. So now we have more people that are longing the market for BTC, and let's have a look at the 7 daily outlook, right? So more people are shorting, right? So what we could expect, right, based on this, well, that's 24 hourly in here Binance, right? So basically now liquidity is laying below us, right? Areas of 79, which is very likely for BTC to happen. However, let's actually zoom it out to 1 weekly time frame, and by looking at weekly, we could safely assume that BTC could do another dip towards the downside and then probably gear up towards these juicier levels of liquidity, right? So of course it's definitely questionable of where BTC can potentially go now, but we can go to BTC's chart and look at RSI, right? So RSI is giving us some kind of a confirmation in here, right? We can consider this as basically a bearish scenario, right? We are basically experiencing that cross in here, which is bearish, right, on a daily, and looks like we potentially could go down for a reset, right? But again, that's going to be temporarily, because weekly it's already showing us that we might gear up towards the downside, right? I believe that a couple of more days of shakiness, week or two, and then we are probably going to move, right? Of course, guys, this is not financial advice, this is just my opinion, okay? So guys, keep having your diamond balls and don't get shaken out easily, okay, if you still believe in Kaspa and cryptocurrency. Thank you very much for watching this update, and as always, peace and love, crypto.